Manipulation, whether subtle or outright, occurs all the times. From a fight with your partner to a boss pressurizing you to take a particular project at certain kind of attributes. And you must have certain kinds of principles and values or tradition that you consider so present, that you consider so valuable to you, and they are inherently resident in you that you can never compromise on them. You know, principles sometimes you cannot compromise. It is a principle. But a wants or a need. Number one, gaslighting, lying, and guilt tripping. So if in your relationship these things are so evident, gaslighting, lying, passive or aggressive behavior, including silent treatment. So you might find your partner all of a sudden has decided just to keep quiet. Other people will take advantage of you to always act means money from you or means your effort. Thereafter, they will leave you. So manipulative people, sometimes they take advantage of good heart. They take advantage of generosity and kindness. So they act that they are in danger for them to acquire the endless empathy that you have so that they achieve their own mission and goal. So sometimes you need to assess and reassure yourself that this is the situation on the ground, such that whenever you act in that manner, you act in helping or salvaging a friend, then you walk away. You can help, then you walk away. Don't help and you stick. Somebody might be manipulating you in a relationship. Then you also must have to exude self-confidence. So the confidence here also comes with somebody who is so competent. You must be competent enough to stand on your own. That confidence of saying no, you must have it. Learn to say no when it's no. Learn to act or also learn to walk away. Manipulation, whether subtle or outright, occurs all the times. From a fight with your partner to a boss pressurizing you to take a particular project at work. Manipulation can happen anywhere, all the times, and sometimes you might not even detect it or know it going forward. And that being said, it marks the topic of today. So our topic of today is about manipulation in a relationship. So on that note, or on that breath, when we come back, we are going to tackle the signs or the behavior that is so manipulative in a relationship, or how you can detect your partner is manipulative or not. See you next in our conversation. Stay tuned up to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube Chit Chat. So today's topic, it's about manipulative character in a relationship. So as I said, manipulation is taking advantage of somebody's weakness to have undue influence over him or her for you to achieve your own vision. It doesn't matter the feelings of this person. It doesn't matter how your goal is achieved. So that is manipulation. So we want to discuss it, how you can detect a manipulative behavior, the signs that your partner is manipulative or is manipulating you. And again, we are going also to look on things or signs that you exhibit that you stand at risk of being manipulated going forward. Which means, for you not to be manipulated, you must have certain kind of attributes, and you must have certain kinds of principles and values or tradition that you consider so present, that you consider so valuable to you, and they are inherently resident in you that you can never compromise on them. You know, principles sometimes you cannot compromise. It is a principle. But a want or a need could be so manipulative in a nature such that somebody doesn't want to compromise. He just wants that thing so thick and thin that he doesn't care. So on our today's topic, we are going to look at two things. How to tell that your partner is manipulating you, or signs that your partner is of this manipulative behavior. Two, we are also going to look at some possessive attribute that can make you be manipulated going forward. So this issue of manipulation exists everywhere, as I had said it before. So as of now, it can happen even to you at workplace, in the relationship, and you might not even detect it. So unless you be so keen, unless you stand to your own principle, then you'll know somebody is negating your own principle. You are only residing principle that is so inherent to take and do influence over you, and to do something because you are enticed, or to do something because you are guilt tripped. So number one, signs and symptoms. Basically, there's no symptoms, but attempts. The symptoms is something that you feel, but signs, these are the physical things that you can see, that now I'm headed in this direction, and this direction sometimes might not be so sound. So we want to talk about that. So what are the signs of manipulative behaviors in a relationship? Number one, if your partner gaslighting, lying, and guilt tripping. So if in your relationship these things are so evident, gaslighting, lying, and guilt tripping, so if you find yourself asking questions and you don't get answers on your relationship, or on your action, or on the things that you've been doing to your partner, and you cannot get answers, that is guilt, that is gaslighting. So there are some kind of an oomph or signs or the precursor that it's so evident that you can see, that you find yourself asking questions but you cannot reach a landing destination, that you cannot get a clear answer. Maybe at one point you're manipulated, somebody means money from you, and you are seriously soul searching and you cannot get answers, and like, how did it happen? Are you getting that? If you've been into that relationship or that situation and you're asking yourself answers, how did it even begin? The whole scenario of like somebody asking you money, or somebody getting her things, all these things done with a negative influence, and you find yourself asking that kind of questions. Therefore, that one is a sign enough, because there is something that has happened that promoted you, or that prompted you to ask such kind of question. That's gaslighting, because something must happen for you to ask yourself a question, or to sort of search of the whole situation within the relationship itself. Lying, when I talk of lying, maybe sometimes your partner might lie about a situation. Maybe your partner has requested money from you to go and do some other thing. So there's a plain lies that he lies to you for him or for her to gain advantage over your influence and to gain a particular thing. Are you there? So long as there is lies, and it's a contemptuous lie that is ever sustained. So these lies are being sustained in a relationship for one particular partner to get her missions, get her goals, or her objective, or her things done. She will lie, or he will lie. Then there is what you call guilt tripping. So guilt tripping is like, there is some sense of guilt that comes with a negative behavior. Either after releasing some kind of money, or after you've done a particular activity to your partner. Therefore, there is a certain kind of guilt that comes and strike you, that will leave you to wonder that really, am I really on a path, a path that is so constructive, or are you really in the right path? So when you see, or you start doing soul searching, or when your partner is lying to you contemptuously, or your partner guilt trips you that it's a contemptuous lies, then your partner is ready to defend that lie. That sometimes she's very ready to fight. So at this point, you might be in a manipulative relationship. Number 2, refusing to compromise. So when I talk of refusing to compromise, which means there are some other expectations in a relationship. Some are achievable, some are measurable with the strength and the resources. Others are seriously not unrealistic. But you find your partner in the relationship through thick and thin, and he's even very ready to start a violence, or to be violent, or to start a war, mainly because he wants things done according to his wish, whether you have money or you don't have money, whether you're capable or you're not capable. So the refusal to compromise other demands. So when demands are high, that in a relationship you cannot keep up with them, and you find your partner is too demanding, that he or she wants that kind of demands to be met, and within a specified time, therefore you're being manipulated. It's a clear indicator or a sign that your partner is manipulating you. Is manipulating your emotion, is manipulating your ability to do things that you cannot do it. You are not a supernatural in that relationship if there are things that you cannot keep up with or do. Let's say, for instance, all about money, because most of manipulation sometimes it begins for you to take some certain kind of project or certain kinds of demand that needs material possessions or needs financial backup, and you find yourself at one point you don't have this money, you cannot meet that expectation. And when you present a proposal to your partner that at this time I don't think I can accomplish this project because I'm taking a particular project that all finances are getting drained, therefore this one of yours, it's not a return on investment, it's an expense that will only raise the societal status, but the accrual or some kind of interest that to be accrued later in life is just only social status thing. So when you explain that, somebody just desists to compromise. Some demand, sometimes you have to compromise to save a relationship. You have to compromise so that you build a viable relationship that can stand the test of time. But if your partner refuses such kind of proposals and keeps on demanding things that are so unrealistic, that's a sure indicator that you are in a manipulative relationship and your partner is manipulating you going forward very grotesquely. So sometimes you have to take such kind of notes. So upon realizing such kind of character, that's a sign enough that will make you to act. Number 3, passive or aggressive behavior, including silent treatment. So you might find your partner all of a sudden has decided just to keep quiet. He doesn't want to talk. Or sometimes your partner is just gravitated emotionally towards you, so violent, that's such that he doesn't or she doesn't want to hear anything more unless you finish her demand, or unless her demand it's due accomplished. So if you see such kind of behavior after like the demands of your partner was wedded off because of unrealistic nature, then somebody or what ensues, it's passive behavior, which is silent treatment. Somebody doesn't want to talk to you, or somebody just withdraws himself or herself, doesn't want to talk to you anymore, or somebody is just so cruel, so aggressive, so emotional that sometimes the lividity or the vexation therein, it's about insults, violent, it's about speaking verbiage towards you or towards everything, or somebody just decided to go tirade because unrealistic demand can never be done within that relationship and it's been kept aside. Remember, initially your partner never wanted to compromise, and therefore after you forced your way in to compromise it by force, and somebody just decided to keep quiet or to keep off the relationship, that's a passive treatment. Or somebody is just aggressive, that every now and then is just about a narrative and a story of his or her unaccomplished goal or demands, that sometimes everything or relationship turns chaotic, then your partner is manipulative. Then you are in a manipulative relationship. Number 4, extreme emotions or low emotion that can affect the entire relationship. So it's obvious, if somebody cannot get his demand within a relationship, and when I'm speaking to demand, I'm speaking to something that is unrealistic, something that is not tenable. So when such things can never be achieved, you'll find a manipulative partner. It's taking it off high emotions, so tired, livid, and angry. Or sometimes he or she lacks psyche in the relationship, is over low moods, or sometimes he or she withdraws. Such kind of things can affect the relationship, which means he or she will take it that overboard or to the lowest bottom, that he might say, okay, if you're doing this, I stay. If you're not doing this, I better scamper to other relationship. Are you getting this? So he or she attaches it that it's a do or die thing, that if you cannot do it, therefore you better lose him or you better lose her. So it is manipulative in such a way that somebody wants to corrupt your thinking capability. Somebody wants to manipulate your emotions for you to act in a way that her demand or his demand is achievable. Through thick and thin, it doesn't matter what gods know how. Number 5, your partner isolating you, your family, and your friend inclusively. Which means from the word go, he or she doesn't want to hear anything with you, with your family and your friends. Your partner will start treating you just like a nobody. She treats your family with a mere utter shares of anger, shares of mean repute, shares of some kind of silly ilk, or some kind of just ordinary people. So at this point of time, he or she will act in a way such that she doesn't care anymore. You plus your family, you're just nonsense. The only person that matters is him or her with the demands that can never be achieved going forward. So it will result to this kind of an action where somebody will isolate you. She won't or he won't be care, or she will be careless of your emotion, of your family, of your issues at hand. So if this one happens, know that your partner is so manipulative, or you're in a manipulative relationship. Number 6, intentionally damaging you or damaging your self-confidence and self-esteem by simply making hurtful jokes or simply demeaning you. So some kind of jokes that are not worth it. Somebody wants to hurt your confidence and somebody wants to demean you in that respect. Or somebody just taking some kind of jokes and referring it to you indirectly or directly. So if such kind of things happen, know that somebody has just started calling you names. Maybe the names that this guy is calling you, he or she is calling you that name so that you can act in a particular manner, for him or her to get his way, or to get his or her what is her own mission being achieved. So when such things happen, or derogatory statements being channeled at you, that means the guy is manipulating you emotionally. He or she wants you to act in a way that is so pleasing to him or her, so that he can get a ways through. Number 7, pressuring you to make quick decision or to act so quickly without even thinking. So this is a kind of a man or a woman pressurizing you without thinking. He or she knows that the kind of goal or the kind of a mission that he is embarking on is unattainable or is not measurable. So he would just want it by force. He just want it forthwith. So this is a kind of pressurizing that somebody just wants you to do things without thinking, such that by the time you'll be thinking of it, his or her goal shall have been achieved. So he doesn't care. He or she cares less of your feelings. She cares less of what you'll think thereafter, so long as he gets through with her things. Number 8, and the last, withholding information from you. Sometimes he might know some useful information, or information that if you miss, your project sometimes might collapse. But because his or her project or her proposals was never taken care of, now he or she wants you to fail. So that kind of secret going forward, that the information that you're supposed to be given, which is so vital in nature, you might find your wife or your partner or your girlfriend withholding that information from you, such that you go hit a rock or you go hit a snag. So those are the signs and symptoms or some kind of indicators that your partner is so manipulative or you are in a manipulative relationship. So we want also to look at what you can do the moment you realize you are in this situation, the moment you realize you are in a manipulative relationship, and the moment your partner exhibits such kind of trait in your relationship. Number 1, you need to set your boundary clear. So setting your boundary clear will always help you not to be manipulated. So it comes with rules, principles, beliefs, traditions that you know this one I cannot compromise. You know the rules, you can never compromise a rule. There is a way and a process things are being done. If something must be taken from the table or under the table, that's a rule, you cannot bend it. So make sure in a relationship going forward, you have got some ethics or some kind of codes or guidelines or beliefs and tradition that guides your relationship. You also must have your personal value that a partner cannot go beyond. That one is an compromise. So the moment you set a boundary, it will help you to curb such kinds of manipulative behavior. Number 2, you must avoid these things of seeing pity to people. In other words, I might term it to empathize. Sometimes it is notable, but at a certain point of level, sometimes it can weigh your emotion and might affect your mentality of thinking, because you cannot please everyone. It's good, you can sympathize with a situation, but some situation doesn't require you to empathicate. Are you there? Other people will take advantage of you to always act means money from you or means your effort. Thereafter, they will leave you. So manipulative people, sometimes they take advantage of good heart. They take advantage of generosity and kindness. So they act that they are in danger for them to acquire the endless empathy that you have, so that they achieve their own mission and goal. So sometimes you need to assess and reassure yourself that this is the situation on the ground, such that whenever you act in that manner, you act in helping or salvaging a friend, then you walk away. You can help, then you walk away. Don't help and you stick. Somebody might be manipulating you in a relationship. Then you also must have to exude self-confidence. So a confidence here also comes with somebody who is so competent. You must be competent enough to stand on your own. That confidence of saying no, you must have it. Learn to say no when it's no. Learn to act, or also learn to walk away. So you cannot please everyone. So you must just stand bold and act as a go-getter and act to protect your own feelings, protect your own value. More so, also you can learn to walk away whenever your partner is so manipulative. You have got no guts to stay in a manipulative relationship. There being said, that marks the end of our topic.